Welcome back to Dang Media TV. Experienced swindler Nikki Spurgeon, Will Smith falls in love with inexperienced swindler Jess Barrett, Margot Robbie, who pretends to be caught by her jealous husband to seduce and outwit him. Meet. When they fail, Nikki advises never to lose focus in the face of unexpected situations. Nikki pursues Jess and convinces her to take her drink. He tells her how her father shot and killed her grandfather, and describes the Toledo her panic button tactic of shooting partners to show her loyalty. Jess follows him to New Orleans and successfully convinces him to take Nikki under his wing, where she is also introduced to Nikki's crew. Nikki and Jess raid some bags as a test and develop a romantic relationship. This upsets Nikki, who was taught by her father to never get emotionally involved with coworkers. At the fictional Super Bowl 27, Nikki plays gambler Leun Zae. To get it back, Nikki asks Zae to pick a player on or off the field, saying Jess would guess the number chosen. A distraught Jess scans the field and sees Farhad wearing the number 55 jersey and realizes it's another scam. They take the Zae for millions of dollars. Nikki explained to Jess that she had been programmed to pick 55 since Zae arrived, giving subtle unconscious prompts throughout the day. Zae is so impressed with this win that he relents and gives all his money back to Nikki. Nikki then leaves a cut for Jess and instructs her driver to take her to the airport. Jess cries as her limousine pulls away while Nikki gets into another waiting car. 3 years later, Nikki goes to Buenos Aires to work for billionaire motorsports team owner Rafael Garriga Rodrigo Santoro. Garriga wants to win by defeating a team led by Australian businessman McEwen, Robert Taylor. Nikki pretends to be a disgruntled technician on Garriga's team and happily sells Garriga's EXR custom fuel economy algorithm. Instead, he sells her McEwen a fake version that slows her car down during the race. At the pre-race party, Nikki meets Jess, now Garriga's girlfriend. After seeing Jess and feigning binge drinking, Nikki convincingly fights Garriga in public and is recruited by McEwen to provide a component after being kicked out. Nikki begins pursuing Jess again, eventually rekindling the relationship. Garriga's head of security, Owens Gerald McCraney, is suspicious and narrowly misses catching the two. Nikki will not only offer the actual component to his McEwen for his €3 million, but will also sell it to other teams for similar amounts. Nikki and Jess try to move back to America together. However, they are caught by Garriga's men and taken to his garage. Jess is tied up and her mouth is taped shut while Nikki is spanked. Convinced that Jess had something to do with Nikki accessing the EXR, Garriga proceeds to choke a gag Jess. To save her, Nikki reveals that he gave her access to EXR by tricking her into thinking he still had feelings for her, and that the necklace he gave her contained the record's password, and it explains that it has a function to secretly Garriga's login information. He explains that Jess got scammed and she didn't know about it. However, Jess reveals that she was only trying to seduce Garriga in order to steal her precious watch and make Nikki jealous. Nikki promises to stay clean to save Jess' life, but Owens shoots him in the chest and leaves a horrified Garriga. Owens then turns out to be Nikki's father, Bucky, and assures Jess that he has avoided all major arteries. He simply used the Toledo panic button. Bucky then bandages Nikki's wound and uses a plunger to drain excess blood from his son's chest so he can breathe. They escape from Garriga's car garage. Bucky takes Nikki and Jess to the hospital to treat Nikki's lung hole. Before dropping her off, he reveals to Nikki the real reason he left him on the street. He said he then walked away and never looked back. After the game emphasizes that love will kill you, Bucky leaves with all the money as a reminder of the aftereffects of losing focus. After he leaves, Nikki realizes that Jess stole Garriga's $200,000 watch before she left the warehouse, and a smiling Nikki and Jess walk to the hospital entrance together.